So since we still have a little more time in Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival, it's not ending until basically the end of November. So I wanted to try a few more of my favorite items, try them again, and see if this late in the festival or as the festival continues, if their quality is still what it was towards the beginning of the festival. I thought that would be a great way to spend some of my time in Epcot tonight. I'm actually here for the evening instead of earlier in the day like normal. But first things first, I have a boarding group for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, so I think I am going to try to get on that first.
On behalf of all Xandarians, I hope you have enjoyed exploring the wonders of Xandar. As you have seen, your world and ours were born of the same moment, one which you refer to as the Big Bang. As such, we are all galactic neighbors in a vast universe which we and countless others share. For you to travel to Xandar would take 2.5 million years, assuming you had a ship that could fly at the speed of light. So we decided to come to you. But even we could not have reached you so easily were it not for the Cosmic Generator, an advanced piece of Xandarian technology that creates jump points, artificial tunnels that act as shortcuts, linking distant points in space. It is our desire to share this wondrous technology with your people so that together we might explore new worlds and create a brighter tomorrow. And now, as the culmination of the wonders of Xandar, you will be teleported to a Nova ship above your planet for a demonstration of the Cosmic Generator.
Such a great ride. I got Blondie one way or another today on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Now we are gonna head out into the park, most likely back to World Showcase, and we are gonna start doing some eating because I am hungry. I just realized while I was on the ride that I haven't eaten anything all day. So I probably need that. It took me like 3 hours to get here today because of traffic on I-4. It usually takes me about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. So I am hungry. Let's get some food. All right, we're doing this from the Hawaii booth for Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival. I know I said I was going to be doing things that I really enjoyed a second time, but I actually haven't had this yet in the festival, so I wanted to try this for the first time this year, and that's the passion fruit cheesecake at the Hawaii booth. It does have nuts on it, so make sure you're not allergic if you're going to be trying this. I remember from last year it was really, really good, so I'm assuming it is going to be very similar, but we'll see here. Yeah, it is very good. There is a strong cheese flavor that you don't get in a lot of cheesecakes. Like, it's not as overpowering, And depending on how you feel about cheesecake, that might be sort of a turn off for you. But besides that, it is really, really good. It has that light flavor with the passion fruit. It's not that hot today at Epcot, but on a hot day at Epcot, you're eating a lot of these things throughout the course of the day, and you want something that's refreshing because you've been pounding down things that are heavy, that maybe are much sweeter than this. So this is definitely a good option. I really, really like it. Funny story was when I ordered it, they had one for me and a bug flew into it. And then they had to go get a whole new one and make it and sort of prepare it for me. And I have to admit, I was so hungry that I almost just asked if they'd give me the one with the bug. But I waited, I did the sanitary thing, and now I'm eating a clean one on top of a trash can. So maybe it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. The last time I got this item, it was absolutely pouring, it was lightning, and when I went back to post the video, there was actually a drop of water that got on the mic on my camera, so you couldn't hear me anyway. So I am trying the guava mousse at Simmering Sips. This is 100% plant-based, so this is good for the vegans as well as the vegetarians, and of course anybody, unless I guess guava is an allergy, which is very possible, I would imagine. And a lot of the mousses at Walt Disney World contain gelatin. And I know that a lot of vegetarians, like myself, consider gelatin something that they can't have, and obviously a vegan wouldn't be able to have it either. So this is nice to get to try a mousse that doesn't have any gelatin in it and is plant-based.
Don't worry, my cart's full. I just Hawaii is nice, but I haven't like cards. I stacked my cart pretty nicely. I'm pretty proud of it.
This one has changed a little bit since the last time I had it, but I only think it's because it is so cold. Like they must have just gotten it out of the freezer or the refrigerator, because it's not as soft, it's a little harder than it was, but it still tastes really good. It's a dark chocolate flavor in there, so you have to like dark chocolate, but if you do, I think you'll absolutely love this. Really good. Another successful item at Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival. We're going to keep going around World Showcase and trying some more. I'm 90% sure I'm still gonna like this stuff from the Earth Eats booth right here as you're entering World Showcase. I got the Impossible Burger sliders and the Impossible meatballs. The Impossible Burger slider, there's only one of them. That is obviously one of the best items here at the festival. So we're gonna try this one first because they haven't messed it up for years, so I doubt they've messed it up since the last time I had it. It's gonna be this wasabi sauce that they have that always really brings up the level. I already like Impossible Burger, but when you combine that slaw with that really spicy wasabi sauce, this meal just absolutely brings it. It is so good. Oh man, I love it. I have meat-eating friends where that is their favorite item at Food and Wine. So now I'm gonna try these Impossible meatballs and try to get a good half of the meatball and then a lot of what's surrounding it. It almost tastes like you're having a spaghetti and meatball as a kid, even though this isn't noodles, but it really has that same texture of at least the way my mom made them, except for my mom would have burned it because she was Irish, and well, she is Irish still, and like to overcook things, but this is not overcooked at all. It's very tender. Just a real comfort food style flavor to the Impossible meatballs. Earth Eats is a great booth, especially if you're plant-based, because everything is vegan, plant-based. Obviously vegetarians can go there, but even if you eat meat, I suggest trying the Earth Eats booth. I am at the Odyssey building right in the front of World Showcase, in between the Mexico Pavilion and Test Track, and we are going to be trying an item that I had earlier in the festival, and I just want to see if it's improved, if the quality has slacked off over the course of the first couple months of the festival. But from the Brew Wing booth, this is the Brussels sprouts order, and the Brussels sprouts are made to taste like they are chicken wings, essentially, or barbecue wings, I guess. And The last time I had them, they were okay. They weren't as good as they were last year. They are plant-based, but I got the buttermilk ranch dressing that they let you pick up with every order, so that will make it not vegan. It'll make it just vegetarian. I'm gonna try it without the buttermilk ranch first, and then I'll try the buttermilk ranch. It's bigger chunks of Brussels sprout than the last time. The last time I had it, it was almost a salad with like a barbecue dressing on it. But this time, they really give you that illusion of having wings because they're bigger chunks. Now I'm going to dip one of the Brussels sprouts into some of the buttermilk ranch. That is a way to take some healthy vegetables and make them more of a Disney snack. Cover them with buttermilk ranch and make healthy a thing of the past. I really like them. I like them better than earlier in the festival. A lot of things stayed the same quality that I've had more recently since the beginning of the festival. This is the first thing that I think is better than when I had it at the beginning of the festival. I got caught up doing a bunch of other things, and now all the good spaces for Harmonious have been taken. I know it has been fool's gold me trying to catch Harmonious the last couple times I've been to Epcot. Lightning hit one of the Harmonious barges when I was here a few weeks ago, and they canceled Harmonious that night. Now it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to get a good spot, but I'm here again next week, and I think I might try to do it next week. And right now I am going to just try to see if I can squeeze on 2 last rides before the end of the day. I'm gonna go to the Mexico Pavilion right now and do Grand Fiesta Tour. I stand by my decision.
And if you have children with you, please watch them. Gracias.
Bienvenidos. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del banco. Y cuídese.
Where could Donald be?
I actually haven't been to Mexico yet. I have seen Mexico. I ran my first marathon literally with Mexico to my left on the way out and to the right on my way back, or I think it might have been the other way around. And I could literally see Mexico for most of the marathon. But I've never been there with my feet on the ground. However, the Mexico Pavilion really makes me nostalgic for living in Arizona, especially when we would visit Tucson and Yuma and some of those towns that were closer to Mexico. I know Tucson's not ridiculously close to the Mexico border, but Yuma is right there on the border, and those towns just have such a cool vibe. Towns like El Paso, I really love El Paso. I've been there a number of times, one of my favorite places to visit. And the Mexico Pavilion makes me nostalgic for those places. I know that coming up sometime relatively soon, I'm gonna have to get out there for some hiking and to do some videos. I just might not be next year, 2023, but maybe 2024. I don't know. We'll have to see. But right now I think I'm gonna try to hop on Mission Space, a ride that I don't ride very often. And I'm gonna try to hop in line for that before the park closes. Or maybe, just maybe, I'll try to jump in line for Test Track, even though it was showing a long line. I don't necessarily think they're honest at this time of night. I think they oversell it so that they try to discourage you from getting in line. Anyway, we're gonna make our way towards one of the rides. Test Track was listed at a 40-minute wait. Had 3 minutes to get back into the queue if I wanted to before the park closed. So we got in it. It might be a legitimate 40 minutes, but we'll see. As long as you get in the queue before the park closes and the ride doesn't break down at all, you get to ride that ride that night. So we got in at like 8:57 for a 9 o'clock park close, and we're gonna ride Test Track.
Responsiveness data is now being sent. Technology verified and active.
All right, I'd say that was a pretty good day at Epcot. As I was leaving, I saw a cast member with a parking cone covered in pins doing pin trading, and she said that she had special pins on the bottom if we could do trivia questions. She said I could do easy, medium, or hard. And I said, of course, let's test myself and do hard, but the answer was Captain EO, and I don't think that's really all that hard. I didn't feel all that challenged, but it was kind of fun to not just do the regular pin trading. I had to answer a trivia question, so that was cool. Overall, over the course of our day at Epcot, I would say that we were pretty productive. We rode Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. We did the 3 Caballeros, also known as Grand Fiesta Tour. And we rode Test Track at the very end of the night. That was fun. I don't do Test Track very often because it does break down a lot and it's not my favorite ride here, but I thought we'd go for the most thrills you could get at Epcot anyway. We also tried a lot of stuff from Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival, that plant-based guava mousse. We had the passion fruit cheesecake at the Hawaii booth. We did both of the items at the Earth Eats booth, those plant-based items. So it was a pretty productive day. Oh, and the Brussels sprouts at the Brew Wing booth. So it was a pretty productive day, I'd say. Just spending a couple hours at the end of the night at Epcot. So thank you so much for joining me. Do all the social media stuff, like, subscribe, comment. All of that stuff is really, really important. I would really, really appreciate it. And besides that, I'll talk to you soon.
Wait, do you really know? That's what I wanted.